I took a pause. I pressed pause on my career, my dreams, my social life. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. I became a mum. And somewhere between diapers, late nights, pureed food and constant giving, I started to feel like I was disappearing. But this isn't a sad story. This is the story of how I slowly found my way back to me. If you're a mum who's feeling lost, stuck, or like you gave up everything, this video is for you. Stick around and watch till the end, especially step 4 and 5. They are the most practical and doable ways to start getting your life back. And don't forget to subscribe if you need more of this honest space. Part 1. Losing yourself in motherhood. Motherhood came with love, but also a strange kind of erasure. I stopped hearing my name. I became Mama 24/7. The dreams I once had started collecting dust while I told myself, this is just a phase. But as the years passed, I didn't recognize myself in the mirror anymore. I missed my ambition, my laughter, my curiosity. And that's when I knew I wanted more, without loving my kids any less. I didn't want to choose between being a mum and being me. Part 2. The turning point. One day I asked myself, what would it look like to come back home to me? And here's where everything shifted. I didn't wait for the perfect time. I just took one step. No, I didn't overhaul my life. I didn't go back to a 9-to-5 or launch a 6-figure business overnight. I started small, and those small steps added up. Part 3. The steps I took to get my life back. Step 1. I redefined what having a life meant. When I first started thinking about getting my career back on track, I thought it meant returning to the exact version of me before motherhood. Same energy, same ambition, same hustle. But the truth is, I wasn't that woman anymore. Motherhood had changed me, my priorities, my time, my capacity. So instead of trying to become who I used to be, I had to redefine what having a life and career success meant for this new version of me. For me, it meant letting go of unrealistic timelines and allowing myself to grow at my own pace, accepting that my journey might look different now, and that's okay. Blending motherhood into my goals instead of fighting against it. Creating a career path that gives room for flexibility, maybe remote work, part-time at first, or starting with passion projects or freelancing. I realized I didn't need to do it all at once, and I didn't need to prove anything. I just needed to start with where I was, with what I had. So redefining having a life helped me stop comparing myself to my past or to others, and start building a version of success that included both my motherhood and my career. Step 2. I carved out my hour daily. It wasn't always a full hour, sometimes just 20 or 30 minutes, but it was mine. I began waking up a bit earlier, before the house stirred to life. That quiet stretch in the morning became sacred. Some days I read. Other days I journaled, prayed, or simply sat in silence with a cup of tea. No demands, no diapers, no distractions. Just me reconnecting with my thoughts, my dreams, my faith. That daily pause helped me hear my own voice again, the woman behind the mother, and it grounded me for the day ahead. Step 3. I asked for help. This one stretched me the most, not because help wasn't available, but because I wasn't used to receiving it. I felt like I should be able to do it all. But slowly I began to say, can you watch the kids for an hour? Sometimes it was my spouse, sometimes my mom or a trusted friend. I also made a big but necessary decision. I enrolled my toddler in a trusted daycare. It wasn't easy emotionally or financially, but it gave me a few hours each week to breathe, think, work, or even just rest. I realized that asking for help in all its forms didn't make me a bad mom. It made me a wiser one, and it gave me the space to reconnect with the version of me I had put on hold. Step 4. I started learning. Again, I knew that if I wanted to regain a sense of purpose outside of motherhood, I had to start somewhere, and for me, that somewhere was learning. I didn't wait for the perfect moment. Sometimes I watched course videos during nap time, other times I had a baby on my lap or a toddler playing with toys beside me. It was far from glamorous, but it was progress. I took short online courses, nothing too intense at first. I focused on refreshing old skills and exploring new ones I was curious about. Slowly, my confidence started to grow again. I realized my brain hadn't gone dull from diapers and lullabies. It had just been focused elsewhere. And the more I learned, the more I remembered what it felt like to dream again, to feel capable again, to reclaim a part of me that felt lost in the noise of motherhood. Learning reminded me that I wasn't starting over. I was continuing, evolving. I was becoming a woman who could nurture her children and her ambitions. Step 5. I rebuilt my circle around possibility. One of the most powerful shifts I made was changing the voices I allowed around me both online and in real life. I started by following mums who were doing inspiring things, building businesses, returning to work, learning new skills, or simply showing up for themselves unapologetically. I didn't follow them to compare. I followed them to believe, to see that it was possible to grow a career while still being a present mom. Then I took it a step further. I dusted off my LinkedIn profile, added my new learnings, updated my headline, and rewrote my bio to reflect who I was becoming. I started sharing thoughts and engaging with others again, even if I felt rusty at first. That small act made me feel like I still belonged in the professional world. I also reconnected with old colleagues. A simple, "Hey, I've been thinking about you, how are things?" Message opened up warm conversations, job referrals, and mentorship that I didn't expect. Most importantly, I found communities of moms with similar goals, some online, some local. Being part of a group where motherhood and ambition coexisted gave me courage. We shared tips, failures, job leads, and pep talks. It reminded me I wasn't alone, that we're allowed to be both, mums and women with dreams. I didn't just wait for opportunities to show up. I built an environment where possibility was normal. Step 6. I set micro goals. I knew I couldn't climb a mountain in one leap, so I started with tiny, realistic steps. No pressure to have it all together, just small wins that added up. Apply for one job a week, update my LinkedIn profile bit by bit, watch a 30-minute career webinar while folding laundry, draft a short proposal and send it, even if my heart was racing. Each of those actions reminded me I wasn't stuck. I was building, slowly, yes, but surely. Part 4. What my life looks like. My life now, it's still messy. My kids still need me. But I'm back in the picture. I write, I create, I'm working toward goals I used to be scared to name. It's not perfect, but it's full. I'm not just surviving anymore. I'm living again. If you're in the thick of motherhood and wondering, will I ever feel like myself again? Please hear me. You will. Slowly, quietly, boldly, one step at a time. And I'm here to remind you that it's okay to be a mom and still want more. Subscribe and follow for more stories like this. The real, unfiltered truth of what it means to rediscover yourself after motherhood. This is Echoes of Motherhood, and I'm rooting for you.